I'm Becca and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make these paper origami Christmas trees. These are part of the Christmas scene series that I was doing obviously for 2022. I got COVID and I was poorly over the last few weeks running up to Christmas, and I just weren't well enough to do this video. I was just coughing constantly. You don't want to listen to that. So this is the reason why it's coming now in the new year. Will not be many other Christmas videos now up until the run up to next Christmas. There's just going to be this video showing you how to put these lovely trees together, and then I'm going to do one video showing you how to put all the scenes, you know, the parts together with the Santa and the sleigh and everything. So this one's obviously made with some skinny tinsel on it and some string lights, and then this one's made with some other different little fairy lights that I've got, and some beaded string instead of using the tinsel. They're really simple to do and fun to make, so let's get started and I'll show you. So to make our origami Christmas tree, you're going to need one of these polystyrene cones. If you've not got one of these or you can't get hold of one, I got mine from the range on the lead up to Christmas. They probably might not have any in now unless they've got any left over from the festive period when they're doing the sales and things. Like I said in the intro, I want to get this video done because I plan to do it before Christmas. But if you can't get hold of one of these, you could make your own cone from cardstock. Now the diameter of the cone is 2.5 inches wide. So you want to make your paper cone so it's the same diameter as this, and then the height is just under 5 inches. So if you wanted to make yourself a paper cone, you could do it that way, and then you don't need to buy the polystyrene cone. But because I've got this is what I'm going to be using, what I planned on using in the first place. So to cover it, we're going to be making these strips, origami folded squares of paper, and we're going to need 4 of these, and in each one there's 12 of the little sections that we're going to make. I've already got some made, but I'm going to show you twice how to fold them and put them together, and then you don't want to watch me doing all of those all together because there's 48 of them all together, so it'll get a bit boring to watch. So these square pieces of paper are 1.5 inches squared, so I'll zoom in a little bit closer for you to see this bit. Right, so you want to just take your square and just fold it completely in half. Try and make sure that it's completely lined up straight. If not, it's not the end of the world. It's just when you're doing origami, it pays off just to have good nice straight lines, and then you just want to burnish your fold line. And then what you want to do is, a bit further away, just take you've got the fold facing you, so the opening's away, so just take the right hand side, and what you want to do is you want to line it up this corner to the centre, just so that it makes a triangle point. Now it might not be completely in the centre if you've cut your paper a little bit wonky, or your fold's not completely straight. You can trim it up. It's less work if you've got to you know, you've already done it beforehand. And then you just want to take the other side and do the same. Now there we go, it's lined up along the top line, but I've got this little gap in the middle, but it's not going to matter because we're going to see the middle of the pieces once we're done. So then you just want to take one of the flaps that we've just made. So as you can see now that you've got your little flap. Now because it's quite a small piece of paper, I've been having to use my pokey tool just to open them out. And what you want to do is just press down on that triangle flap that we made, and the lines want to line up pointing to the corner and flattening completely and burnishing those fold marks, and then do exactly the same on the other side. Okay, so I'm putting my tool in, pushing it up a little bit, and then just pressing it down and making sure that these lines line up. and burnishing, and then you'll end up with something like this. So I'll show you again real quickly. So fold in a half, and then I've got to do this one on the table. I tried doing it in the air and I kept doing it wrong. So I'm just folding that over just so that it meets that top line. Take the other side and do exactly the same. Now it doesn't matter if you've got that little gap in the middle, because like I say, you're going to be seeing the middle of it anyway. There we go. Pick it up again and just take one of the flaps, just open it a little bit, and then just, oh sorry, I've gone off. Right, so you put that in there and then you're just pushing down and making sure it lines up with the corner, and same on the other side. There. And then to stick these two together, so you just want to take one of the pieces, could have been the one I was holding but silly me didn't think of that, and then you just want to take some glue. I'm just using Quilled all purpose. You can use PVA as well. This just doesn't make your paper warp as much because it's solvent based, not water based. So I've put some glue along the pointed side, and then we're going to just lift up these two flaps here, and then they are going to fit inside each other and make rows. Okay. Okay. So I've already done 3 of them, so I've started the 4th. So and then you just want to make rows of 12. And you want to make sure that they're nice and straight, because then that way it's going to cover up the cone properly. Okay. There we go. And then you've got your long strip. So put that back in the glue. So I've got 4 of these now. So I wanted to make sure that these are completely, well, these 3 are dry because I did them before Christmas, before I got poorly, and then this is just the one that I'm wanting to get dry. So I'm going to show you the covering of the areas that aren't going to get covered by the folded pieces. Now if you look at this one, whenever you're doing it this way, you're going to get sort of like a little gap in between. You could do extra pieces and stick them over the top of this. I decided not to because I'm going to be decorating the tree anyway, and you're not really going to notice it, and plus because I've covered underneath it with the same colour, it's not very noticeable unless you know you're looking really close. So I'm going to take the cone and all I've done is I'm going around the bottom, because the bottom of the strips that we've made are pointed, so you're going to have a little bit of a gap in between. So we're going to be sticking that round there. So I've got my glue gun just for quickness. I'm just taking a strip and I'm going to be going all the way around the cone. So I've got to go off camera with this, the wire on my glue gun's not very long. Now if you get any sort of pushing up of the paper like I have here, don't worry, all you need to do is just take your scissors and just make a snip. That's all you need to do. So and then, as best you can, just put a little blob of glue underneath there, and then fold them down, and then it's covered over. And you just want to do that all the way around. So back round to the beginning, and just snip off the excess. And just repeat what I showed you. Right, and then with the bottom piece, all you're going to do is the same as what we've done on the sides, but we're just going to snip all the way around just up to the base. And then we're going to push those over. So I'll just put a little bit more glue where they're going to go. Do that all the way. And if you want to cover the bottom, just cut a little bit off. And your bottom's covered. Okay. As I always say, stringy glue with gums is very annoying. Right, so now the next part is the top, because the strips are not going to come all the way up and over the top piece. You just want to put a little bit over the end. So if you just take a square there, and just pop some glue on the top of the cone. A square in the middle, and then we're going to do exactly the same as what we've done on the bottom. So I'll glue down the 4 points first, so all the 4 points are down now. So you could either cut them and push them down like we did on the bottom, or you can just fold these to the sides and glue them. So I'll do it that way so you can see the difference. So I'm just pushing them over all in the same direction, so one point doesn't get bulkier than the other. And then again, just pop some glue there and stick it down. Right, so I've got the bottom and the top covered up now. So what I'm wanting to do now is to cover up where the gaps are going to be in between the strips. Now, as you can see, the way that we've got them lined up, it's just a small strip here, 4 times round, so it's just a tiny little bit. So what I'm going to do is just take some strips of the green paper that we've been using. I'm just going to put them on the side like this, and I'm just going to do it sort of like in 4 sections. You can use double-sided tape to do this. I'm just using the glue gun still just for quickness, really. And then I'm just going to put it on and make sure that I've got it flat to the cone. It will get pressed down with the strips of the folded sheets that we're going to be popping on. So going sort of 2/3 of the way up just to make sure that I've got the right area covered. Now if you want to cover the entire cone, that is totally up to you. You don't need to, but if you prefer to, then that's totally up to you. So we're going to take our 4 rows of 12 that are now all fully dry, and we're going to stick them onto the sides here like this. So we're going to go over the areas, if you've still got any little white bits that are showing, that's where we're going to cover with the strip like this. So you can use red liner tape or you can use the hot glue gun if you're using that. I'd say the red liner tape if you don't have a glue gun, simply because it needs to have a good strength fixing to it, and the red liner tape is really strong. So I've just put some glue down the centre line to start with, and you want it to come down so it's just a little way from the bottom. Never go down all the way if you prefer, up to you. And then we're just going to put some glue along the side bits here that are still exposed. I'm just going to bend it around the cone. Now this one's gone on a little wonky, but that don't matter. Trees are not completely straight anyway, they all grow in their own way. And I'm just doing the other side. There. Hold it down so it's in place. And then we're going to do the opposite side to this one. So this will curve around and it will cover up the sort of like flaps of the other one that might still be sticking up, because we've got all these bits that are sticking up, because that's why we've folded it the way that we have, because I wanted to have some texture on the tree. So I'll just go opposite to that one. And again, just cover up on the area that you're still needing to cover up. And the same again. Okay. So I'm going to do that on the other two sides, here and here. So I'll speed this bit up because you don't want to watch me doing the full thing, because that'd be incredibly boring. So I shall speed this up, put some music on, and I'll be back with you in a second. So we've got our tree all covered up now. Now, as I said, that one went a little bit wonky, but I don't mind that at all. I like quirkiness in trees. So all we've got to do now is just to decorate. So I've got some skinny tinsel. I've got it in gold, pink and silver. If you can't get hold of that, you can also use this beaded chain. I think I got this from, I think it was the range, or you can get it from like haberdasheries and things like that. It's just basically really small chains of ball beads on there. I've also got some Christmas lights, which are on a string. These are in the really small ones. These were from the range as well. I think they're £1 or £1.50, something like that, and there's 3 meters on there. Or the other thing that I've got is these larger little bulb lights that I've got. Can't remember where I got these from. I've had them quite a while. It's probably the range again, because that's where I get most of my Christmas card decoration bits, embellishments, that's what I was looking for. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to decorate it up with my tinsel and my lights. I'll pop this on a little bit faster and some music in the background so you can see what I'm doing, and I'll come back to you when it's done. So I've got the tinsel and the beads and all the little fairy lights put on now. So it's up to you whether if you want to put any more decoration on. Obviously you can see more of the paper folding that we've done on this one because I've used the beaded chain instead of using the skinny tinsel. You could put some flat back gems on it or some pearls. Or see if you've got some beads or something that you could stick on if you wanted to make some baubles for it. So it's world's your oyster really as to how you want to decorate your trees. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and it's put another piece to the Christmas scene that I've been making over the last few months, and the next video will be the last one where I'm showing you how to put it all together and the final result from it all. So thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you could give me a thumbs up, that'd be appreciated, and if you've not subscribed, if you consider subscribing, that would be appreciated too. So thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. Bye.